Impossible is a word found only in a dictionary of fools.
What's up guys, it's Jonathan with One Big Impact, and yes, it is Sunday, but you are watching this on the first day of the One Big Impact Meal Prep Challenge. This should be your first place right here. When you go to Wally World or your local grocery store, you should be hitting up the vegetables section first, okay? Around the outside of the store if you're at a regular grocery store. So I'm going to take you around and I'm going to go through some tips and tricks that I use while I'm meal prepping or meal planning for the week. So let's go get started. Okay, so the first tip is going to be write a meal plan or follow a meal plan. If you don't have a meal plan, contact me. But if you do, it's important to bring it with you to the grocery store and follow it. If you don't bring it prior to the grocery store, you're going to accidentally or purposefully get a bunch of stuff that you don't need, and you don't want that to happen because you want to be able to stay on track. Make sure you bring a shopping list. Other than your meal plan, make sure you have a list that you are actually going to the store with that you can use and check off as you go through the store. Make sure that you have time out for actually shopping, whether it's late at night when the store is not packed or early in the morning when it's not packed, but be relaxed when you go. You don't want to be stressed out because you're going to forget things, you're going to make it a bad experience, and you're just going to overall not want to do it. Remember, a lot of these foods that you're going to be purchasing could be out of the ordinary for you, so you might take more time to be able to select them and find them in the store. So you want to be calm, cool, and collected while you go throughout your shopping experience. The third thing is don't be too cheap, okay? So if you're buying things like, say, avocados or whatever, they got these little guys for like 44 cents, but if you spend a little extra, sometimes those are good. Sometimes they're brown, sometimes you're gonna end up throwing a lot of them away. So sometimes it pays to spend an extra buck or two to get the exact vegetable that you want. Remember, you have to eat these vegetables, so it's really important that you get something that is going to look appetizing when it's ready. Also, don't overbuy fresh vegetables because you're going to have a lot of waste. But if you can, buy lots of frozen vegetables if you can control your eating. If you can't, that's fine. But also remember to freeze your meats and freeze your vegetables so that it'll be more of a deterrent to overeat, because you're not going to have that issue if you can't just pop it in the microwave. A lot of people tend to overeat because of that. Something else, just a side note, this isn't one of the numbers that we're counting off, but something that helps me stay on track, not only frozen vegetables if I'm going to be going that route in the frozen section, but also canned vegetables. Canned vegetables helps me because I don't have to go back to the store as often, therefore eliminating the idea of having cravings or just grabbing random foods. If I have these in my cupboard, it's a lot easier to stay on track rather than having to go back to the store continuously for those staple items like frozen meats, frozen vegetables, canned vegetables. If I have the majority of the things, and then maybe, you know, occasionally go back for like some olive oil, although you can buy that in bulk too. But remember, another quick tip, get the ones with the little pop top, and the reason for that is it saves a few minutes when you are meal prepping. I know it doesn't seem significant now, but trust me, those quick little tips that you can do to eliminate a little bit of time here and there can make it really a much easier process to be able to meal prep for the week. Okay, side note, bring your water so you're not tempted to eat. Be stronger than your excuses. Okay, so real quick guys, I just wanted to go through a few things that I personally use and I feel that can be a real benefit on your journey. So first of all, lunchbox. Yes, I know this is excessive. It's a big freaking lunchbox, but it's the exact same size as the one I got. And the reason I got it is because I can throw some water bottles in there, lots of Tupperware and stuff like that, and I don't ever have the problem of not having the room. If you're looking for something more stylish, maybe you want to go with something like that. I would definitely not carry that because I'm a dude. But Tupperware, okay, there's a lot of different options with Tupperware. You could buy like one of these with these big packs. The take-alongs are really good, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I got no room for any of this. And these are the ones I started with. I still use them to this day. These guys, a little bit more expensive, the Pyrex. The cool thing about these is you can actually cook your meals in a lot of these, minus the lid, because the glass is going to be oven safe, like $5. These Mainstays, Walmart's brand, absolute trash. Don't use them. You get what you pay for. These are nice, but these are Mainstays. Remember, they're not going to last forever, but they are good if like you're packing for like an event or something like that. They're all about the same size, and I do currently use some of these myself. Take-alongs, you can get a bigger pack. The glass ones, you can get different sizes. Sometimes they come in packs like that. They're not cheap. These little guys you're going to want for like your dressings or your oils, peanut butters and stuff like that. Hard to find. The dollar store has a pack of a little bit smaller ones for $1. You can get hard plastic ones with closing lids. Remember, all Tupperware, aside from the glass ones, are going to go bad over time, but even the glass lids, the plastic lids, are going to go bad over time. So don't think that's going to be a forever thing. Funny enough, my son just came here and ran into the aisle that I was in, and he's like, "Have you seen my cell phone?" I'm like, "I didn't even know you're at Walmart. What the hell's going on here?" But he found his phone, which was actually, funny enough, sitting right by me on the shelf, and I didn't even know I was in the store with him. Okay, so moving on. Measuring cups, okay? Measuring cups, 88 cents, like $2, $6. Okay, it kind of depends on what you want. These measuring cups, you're probably like, "Oh, they're plastic, they're going to fall apart." I've never had a freaking measuring cup fall apart. My mom throws them away way before that happens. These were cool for a couple bucks, and the reason is because even if you only have the big one, you can still measure out smaller measurements on it by looking at the side of it, which I thought was kind of nice. Also, a big measuring cup for like salads and vegetables, and then a small one. I use these for like oils and stuff like that, the tablespoon measurements on the side, which is kind of cool. Plus it doubles as a shot glass, just in case you want to. Next is going to be a timer. Use this, don't use your cell phone or anything. Separate the two things. First of all, put your cell phone away while you're meal prepping. Focus on it until you get it down. Use this timer, set it up to an hour, and see how long it actually takes you to be able to meal prep. See if you can start beating your time over time. Maybe it takes you 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it takes you. And then over time, see if you can do little things that will reduce the amount of time. Or if you enjoy it, fine, don't get the timer. But a lot of people want to minimize the time that they use meal prepping for the week. So keep a timer. When it dings, reset it, write it down, see what you can do over time. The measuring ribbon, that is found in the sewing department. I want you to take your measurements for your body. Obviously, I want you to use, and I thought it was in the aisle, a bathroom scale as well, but measurements. This guy's $1. This guy's $2. Scales. You can use this one. I personally don't recommend it. I would not waste your money. Don't buy this one. It's $5. Go to the next level. This is like $15. This weighs 11 pounds of food. Perfectly accurate. This one's about $30, a little bit more accurate, a lot nicer, sleeker design. But it kind of depends on, like you're seeing with the measuring cups, with the scales, it all depends on how much you want to invest in it. With the Tupperware, you have the glass Tupperware versus the cheap Tupperware. I would say a mid-range is a good idea. So if you want a mid-range thing like this, make sure you get something like this. Don't invest a ton of money until you know that you're ready and you're going to stick to something like this. It's really important. I tell people all the time, don't invest, $10,000 in workout equipment if you're only going to work out for 15 days. Use these type of things, start off with something like this. And then if you go 5 months or 6 months or something like that, get something a little bit nicer to enjoy your process a little bit more. But don't buy this stuff knowing that you aren't sure about using it. Do that as a reward in your process. Say you lose 20 pounds, go ahead and get something like that to reward yourself. Something else that I know is really important for myself, don't split up your meal prep. Do all your meal prep, if you can handle it, in one shot, okay? Because the biggest problem with that is what happens is we begin our meal prep and we get 3/4 of the way through and we say, oh, I'll just pick that up later. You won't pick that up later. Chances are you're going to blow it off. You're going to end up hungry. You're not going to have the food to be able to sustain staying full throughout the process, and you're going to end up buckling and eating something bad. So make sure you do all of your meal prep in one shot. That's why I say get more than enough, so that you make sure that you have everything. Create your shopping list, your meal plan, your meal prep, all that ties in together. Okay, next thing that I feel is really important when you're meal prepping is when you're at the store, say your meal plan calls for 2 pounds of chicken. I think it's best if you get like 3 pounds or even 4 pounds of chicken. Not only after you cook it does it lose some water weight and stuff like that, also make sure you're measuring your meals, your meats and everything before you put them into the containers after cooking them, because you're going to lose a lot of weight from the cooking process. And I mean a lot of weight. But most importantly, beyond that, make sure you have a little extra, because you don't really know how much loss you're going to have or what you're going to lose during the cooking process. So until you understand and write down your amounts by perfecting it week by week, make sure you get a little bit more of everything that you need, so that you have enough, so you're not running back to the store 5-6 times stressing yourself out. Okay guys, so it's day one. Congratulations for everybody getting started on the meal prep challenge. I hope these tips helped you, and if you have a tip that would help somebody else on their journey, please put it in the description below. You guys, again, this is Jonathan with One Big Impact. Be stronger than your excuses, and remember to spread love, not hate. Let's crush this week, and stay tuned. Make sure you share this video. I appreciate everything that you do, and also if you're new here, please check out our Facebook group. It's called Healthy Living for Healthy Life, and the links will be in the description below. Have a beautiful day guys, and good luck this week. Peace.